Right, okay, so this is my overview of component 2. So, title page. Again, this just shows what the project is, information about what the theme is, and what the outcome is. I've got my name, candidate record number, and obviously college center number here. Ideally, a photograph of the end product would go there. Bearing in mind you have a 15-hour exam, you might not have time to photograph and stick it in, but I would like to have something here, whether that's not with a photograph or a photograph. Make sure you have this, and this is a template available on Teams. Contents page. This is really important and really helpful for the moderator. I've even given you this because we're all following the same process. So you can even basically take this and change it around a bit, add your own typeface to show that actually it's your own work rather than mine. Introduction to topic, design brief. I am designing and making a piece of lighting inspired by. These are the things I need to consider. Form, function, target market, time, context. So context is what the environment is. Okay, a little picture of where that might go. Your interpretation of the AQ8 exam question, statement of intent. I will be exploring the question flora and fauna. I am interested in this question because of the natural forms and organic shapes. Ideas from phase 1. So exploring shapes and forms based on theme. Okay, so these are the little A6 little pictures that we did. And the little starting points, just basic shapes and forms. I've done quite a few pages on that, and I've even put in how I might be inspired by different designers at this stage on what I could do in terms of construction. Okay, a bit more inspiration again, looking at simple shapes and forms which are based around my theme of fauna and flora. And again, that continues. Again, little inspiration on possible ways that these could become ideas. So what was that? That was 3 pages of that. Okay, designer stuff. You should have 4 different designers. This is my Barbara Hepworth page with a bit of thoughts and information. This is me exploring Scamper and then seeing how I could turn those ideas in reality. Designer 2, Ron Arad. This is me exploring Scamper. How can I turn those ideas into reality? Designer 3, coming up. Zaha Did. Again, Scamper. How can I turn those ideas into reality? So 3 pages per designer. Designer 4, Ross Lovegrove. Scamper, again, how can I turn these into reality? This is one that I quite liked. So, that is what we should have done so far. We're now on to models. 3D mock-ups. Yeah, so different ideas based off your Scamper. So I've got a couple of ideas here. Okay, and then I've got some refinements of an idea. So I've got, this is more of a refined idea, sketching out some possible refinements, looking at construction techniques, and a bit more of a detailed idea. This is another one, exploring. And then this was one that I looked at quite a lot of detail. I started cutting up materials, shapes and forms, polypropylene, started putting those in the laser cutter. And these are just some photographs of that process. And again, screenshots of my Illustrator or code to show how I started to think about how that might go together. Okay, so that's all one idea which is properly explored. Okay, and you need to do that for, I would say, 3 to 4 ideas. This is a second idea that I properly explored. Okay, so again, thinking about how this might go together, and I've got some physical materials here to show that process. Okay, so really important that you've got those physical materials to say, right, I've started to think about this. I've also cut this out, started to think about how that might fit. I've also started exploring how it might go together using this sort of string. So again, you need to explore at least 3 minimum different ideas so that you are thinking about shape and form, okay? And then the final idea, so this is my third one that I really explored, was this one, and this was all based on that the Ross Lovegrove idea, and I started to think about specifics and how that might go together, okay? And I've actually started to cut that out of acrylic, and I've gone to quite a lot of detail here, and really started to think about those ideas and actually physical ways of connecting, and how I might start to take that idea forward, okay? And then development and refinement. So again, this would be a bit more of this process, taking some photographs of how it might go and how it might work out into specific materials. And then I've got my exam plan. So again, how I might go about with that plan. So day 1, day 2, day 3, maybe some dimensions. Laser files showing that process again, that I've really thought about that. Again, here are my sort of laser files in here of my light that I've started to develop for the exam. Okay, and then final thing is obviously the end. So that's it. Okay, so what we're looking at, about 20 pages there, 20 to 24 pages. Okay.